Tammy Wynette was allegedly kidnapped from the parking lot of a Kane Sloan department store in Nashville's Green Hills area on October 4th, 1978. The alleged kidnapping occurred when the country singer was out shopping for a present for her then 8-year-old daughter, Tamala Georgette Jones. Before we get further, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Alright, let's get into it. Wynette said that she had kept her car unlocked on that day, 43 years ago today. And when she arrived, she was confronted by a strange masked figure who had slipped into her back seat. A few weeks later, she told People, "I felt a poke in my side and heard a man's voice say, 'Drive.' All I could see was a brown glove, a lot of hair on his arm, and 2 inches of a gun barrel." The man then choked Wynette with a pair of pantyhose and struck her, leaving burn scars, according to Wynette, before abandoning her in an unfamiliar town and fleeing in another car. Overall, Wynette was 80 miles from Nashville, at the home of a woman called Jeanette Young, at the end of a 2-hour horrible experience. Her neck hurt her real bad and her mouth hurt her where he had slapped her in the mouth, Young informed the Tennessean, who published the front page story of the incident on October 5th. "I gave her a cold, wet rag. Her cheek was skinned. Her neck wasn't cut but was swollen and red from whatever I had tied around her neck." Understandably, quote, "It was the most terrifying experience of my life," Wynette told People. "At times like this, I have to say I wish it weren't famous." Many, on the other hand, did not believe her. Wynette's own daughters, according to the Rolling Stone, didn't believe she was speaking the truth. One of them, Jackie Daly, said in a memoir released in 2000 that the kidnapping was a plot to hide Wynette's abuse at the hands of George Ritchie, the country crooner's 5th husband. And what made Daly think that of her own mother? Wynette, she said, told her so herself. Wynette's daughters weren't the only individuals who saw a flaw in their mother's explanation of events on that tragic day in 1978. The whole incident was, quote, "very puzzling," according to the Boot. The motivations for such an assault appeared to be questionable. The singer had shattered cheekbone and a badly damaged face. She had not, however, been robbed. Her accused abductor didn't take anything, despite the fact that she had cash and 30 credit cards on her at the time of the incident. Is it true that he did it solely to attack the superstar? However, for the first time in more than 20 years, the reality of that remarkable incident on a chilly October day is being doubted. The truth about the crime, on the other hand, might be much more tragic. In her book, Tammy Wynette, A Daughter Recalls Her Mother's Tragic Life and Death, published in 2000, one of Wynette's children, Jackie Daly, stated that the kidnapping was staged to hide Ritchie's attacking of Wynette. "Jackie's allegations that I abused Tammy are preposterous," Ritchie told the Scottish Daily Record in 2000. "To the contrary, I spent 20 years with Tammy, loving her and taking care of her and her career." Tamala Georgette confirmed the abuse accusation in her 2011 memoir, The Three of Us, Growing Up with Tammy and George, which was released after Ritchie's death. "She did admit to my sister that when all that stuff came out about her being kidnapped in 1978, that she and Ritchie had had a fight and that he had hurt her. He threatened to destroy her life and write a tell-all book, so she decided to stay with him, so he concocted the kidnapping story for PR." Reel's new docu-series Autopsy, Tammy Wynette explains the musician's troubled history and sad love life.
I'm saying that I don't see him, I do. And he comes to town occasionally. I see him in LA or in our homes in Florida.
Wynette's daughter appeared on the show and spoke up about their mother's toxic relationship, as well as surprising revelations about her tragic final days. "She told me that she and Ritchie had gotten into an argument and that he had hurt her and that they had to figure out a way to cover it up," says Jackie Daly, one of Wynette's daughters, in the show teaser.
"Well, my granddaddy told me if I picked 50 pounds by noon, I could quit for the day. And I hated picking cotton worse than..."
Rather than admitting Ritchie was responsible for her shattered cheekbone, Wynette opted to apparently lie about reporters and claim that she had been the victim of a brutal kidnapping. It's still all up in the air, and Wynette stayed with him despite all of it. Their marriage, in general, was more of a business arrangement than it was anything else, and I saw her 2 weeks before she passed away. She was very emotional. She was crying. She told me that she and Ritchie had been unhappy for a long time and there wasn't much she could do about it, adds Georgette Jones, another one of Wynette's daughters, in the clip. It was the last time that I saw her, and I just remember her holding onto me at the door, said Jones between sobs.
"What happened to you? What would you do?" And I said, "Are you crazy? It just happened to me." And I'd have...
Well, guys, that's it for this one. What'd you think about it? Let us know in the comments below. If you're new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that bell to get notified of our latest videos. Stay safe out there. Thanks for watching.